Well, we had a perfect example of what happens when you start a rookie quarterback and win a football game is the Bears. They beat the Titans. Very close game, 24-17, I believe it was the final score. I thought I wrote it down. Did you come in here and delete the scores that I wrote down or something?
No, I didn't delete any scores.
I thought I wrote that down. 24-17. Caleb Williams ends up losing a total of 29 yards on scrambles, has a 55.7 passer rating in this game. They did not score a single offensive touchdown. Caleb Williams' stat line was abysmal. What was not abysmal was the defensive performance that the Bears had, where they completely embarrassed Will Levis, especially that late interception that helped them take the lead. Their special teams was incredibly on point. They had a perfect game on two phases of the football, but they did not play well, obviously, offensively. First of all, this is a good example of if you got the rookie out there, you can still win football games if everything else is really good. I think my only real takeaway from this is I feel pretty confident about predicting that the Bears could be a wild card team and will be a wild card team. Caleb Williams is the type of guy who still getting comfortable. Once he gets comfortable and it's midway through the season, which happens a lot with rookie quarterbacks, this team's going to be good. If the defense can play that well to win them a game, to kick the crap out of Will Levis and the Titans that badly that they can win it themselves, once Caleb gets rolling, and he's going to, he is not bust material. He does not have bust material on him right now after 1 week to say that. I just hate all the slander that's being thrown out there about Caleb that everyone's saying like, oh, this is terrible. This is what we get in the debut. What do we expect? It's his first ever start. He won. That counts for something.
The Titans have a great defense also. They are one of these teams that always keeps it tight if your offense isn't performing. Levis was really shaky in this game. Pollard was good for Tennessee. But I'm with you on Caleb Williams being bust-proof at this moment. I don't mind seeing him go out and take some lumps. It'll give him something to learn from. It's not just going out there lighting it up and thinking your shit doesn't stink. He's going to have to learn, evolve, mature, do everything that every other NFL quarterback coming in from college with has to do. Keep him on track. And the Bears built a really good team. Why does it feel different? Because it is different. The Romo Dunze injury, that's not great. Yeah. That is not a plus for Chicago. But what is a plus is that Chicago, over the last 4 years, maybe 10 years, would have loved to lose this game. They would have been dying to lose this game to Tennessee 17-10. 17-13, back-breaking pick at the last second. Caleb Williams wasn't at least a detriment turning the ball over. That's bar none. If my rookie quarterback is going out there, no turnovers, no picks, I'm happy. I can be comfortable with the idea that he will get better. If he goes out and starts spraying the ball everywhere, a la Zach Wilson, that's when the anger starts coming from the fans.
I also what it makes me feel like is that they've kind of have this is going to sound so stupid to say, but it feels like they almost have a secret weapon. We know who Caleb Williams, we know who he is as a player. If you're able to gut out wins like this while your defense playing this well and knowing that eventually your quarterback is going to get comfortable and is going to get through the growing pains, that's going to make you dangerous. It's a hidden card that you have that nobody knows that's willing to admit that you have. I think most NFL teams are willing to accept, hey, at any point, Caleb Williams could figure it out against us this week and could light us up for 4 touchdowns and look unstoppable.
I would also say Chicago's chances of making the playoffs definitely increased in week 1.
Jordan Love going down.
Love going down. The Packers are going to be in a tough spot. Malik Willis is not really a great NFL quarterback, to put it as nicely as I can. The Vikings are going to eventually implode. I think Detroit is legit. But the Bears can be scrapping for that wild card game. Yeah. I think it's very, very, a very legitimate chance that they're deep in the mix in December, which, as a fan, that's all you should be rooting for. Don't let my team be out of it by October. Don't let my team have ruined my entire playoff experience by losing 3 out of 4 in November. Let me be in the hunt in December. That's all I want. That's all anybody should ever expect or want for their team.
It does make me ask, what else does this Bears team need to help them get over the hump? It feels like the only thing that was holding them back was Caleb's performance and just generally the offense not being as productive as it could have been.
I'd like to see a couple big DeAndre Swift games.
Yeah, oh my God, he didn't do anything. anything. He didn't do dick.
He's at a really weird. What do you think that is? His NFL path has been really weird because in Detroit, when
Yeah.
he touched the ball, it felt electric. In Philly, he had 1,000 yards last year, and I think a good amount of touchdowns. And he keeps on getting traded. He's just good enough to be a starter, not good enough to be the guy. He's always always a trade piece, which is these guys in the NFL that are at that level. It's so weird to kind of track how their evolution goes. And now he's on a good Bears team, but I don't think he's going to end up being a key player down the stretch.
And maybe they're a candidate to try and go after and trade for a running back. I don't know who would be on the market, but
Devontae Freeman, he was tweeting yesterday.
well, I mean, okay, somebody who's playing.
God, I would nab somebody off the Jets running back.
It would probably be someone like a bad team that's got like a good running back that's like got 2 years left on his deal. Like I don't know who that is.
I think
off the top of my
if
head.
the Jaguars implode, like give me Tank Bigsby, maybe.
I don't think they're going to implode, but Tank Bigsby did play well. That was a funny discourse this offseason where like everyone was so mad to consider that Tank Bigsby could have a big role for the Jaguars. Did you see that on Twitter?
I saw. I heard the fantasy footballers talking about Tank Bigsby a lot this offseason.
You listen to that show?
Every now and then. In August.
I won't consume fantasy football content. I'd rather just be blind and dumb. My team put up 70 points this week.
That was more for research purposes because they're number one in August. I just had to hear what.
You were doing some.
What is making them number one? Like what is it? I actually enjoyed that they had some production involved with the show. You know, they had segments, they had some music coming back from break. I guess they talked about being live, and I think if you're going to a live event for a fantasy football show, that's. I don't know what fan that is. I don't know how big of a fan you have to be to do that. To watch guys talk about PPR versus
could not be me
versus 0.5 PPR.
Could not be me.